Hello everyone, Tim, Blockman in Crypto, your go-to channel for crypto news, blockchain updates, and altcoin gems. If you want to learn how to make money with crypto, guys, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Today we are day trading. We are trading the Bitcoin futures, quantitative trading contracts. Today I'm going to go over how to use Market Cypher to scalp the 5-minute chart for profits. All right, I'm at Gate.io right now. I have a futures grid going on, which is basically a trading bot in layman's terms. So I'm currently, let's see here. These are how I set it up. I'm at 10x leverage right now. I've got 3,192 into the trade right now. Now let's get into this chart. So, this is Market Cypher, guys. This is a trading view. This is Market Cypher. You can get this. Look up Crypto Face or marketcypher.com, and you can get these tools for your charts. They are they're the best out there, guys. If you ask me, hands down, Market Cypher is the best charting tool that you can add to your toolbox. Basically, as you can see, all these little dots and the red X's here, these are all indicators, guys. Yellow X, get out, stay away. That's what that means. But this is the 5-minute chart, So, what I do every day, guys, is, I get up in the morning and I'll pull up a chart of Bitcoin and I'll see exactly where we're at. Like Crypto Face says, you have to assess your trading environment. What's the market doing? My overall assessment on the market was that I do not short in a bull market. I'll go long and then get out and wait for a dip, and then I'll go long again on the dip, but I won't short. But I had to change my tune over the course of the past couple weeks because of everything that Elon Musk was doing to Bitcoin, basically. I mean, look at this chart, guys. I mean, when your chart looks like this, you have to go short. I mean, if you want to make any money anyway, that is. I mean, you can go long and wait for the dips and then, get out and wait for the dips and get back in, which is what I was doing. But guys, I wasn't getting wrecked, but I was coming close. I mean, I usually cut these things off at a 50% stop loss. I mean, guys, you always have to put in a stop loss. Always. No matter how you think the trade is going to go, anything can happen. A tweet from Elon Musk can just send this thing. Let's look at, let's see here. Last night, let's see. Here it was. 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, he tweets, oh, Tesla didn't sell their Bitcoin. And look what happened. Bitcoin was at 42.6, spiked all the way up to 45.2. So if you were in a short, and you could quite possibly have gotten wrecked once it shot up here. What I mean by wrecked is liquidated, guys. Like my liquidation price here is, where is it at? Liquidation price, 39,839. So if Bitcoin were to drop to $39,000, I would be liquidated of all of my funds that I put in, which is right here. So that's what you got to watch out for. Now, I use 10x leverage on this, on Bitcoin, but you know, you can use to be safe. I mean, guys, 5x leverage. I mean, 5x leverage is plenty of leverage for you to make some really good money and for you to bear the swings of the volatility. You know, going 10x leverage, that's a little risky, but you got to know your environment. You know, I've been doing this a while, so I kind of know what to expect. Have I been wrecked? Of course. Of course I've been wrecked. It's part of the game. But I am definitely ahead more than I am down. So, to look at this chart, you know, so what you want to look for, guys, all right, so 5-minute chart market cipher. Go back to what I was saying. I wake up every day, I look at the daily. I start out by looking where we're at, where's Bitcoin at, or whatever I'm trading for that matter, but I always look at Bitcoin first because Bitcoin is going to dictate the rest of the market. If Bitcoin is doing well, you know, then I start to look at some other altcoins that may be pushing. Like last week I traded Matic or Polygon. Before that I was trading SHIBA. I was literally making $2,500 every half hour trading SHIBA when it was going up and down because of so much volatility. So that's the kind of money, you know, that you can make, but you can also get wrecked, guys. So you definitely got to watch, you know, how much you, how you set up your grid. So you look at the daily, and this daily chart here obviously looks pretty bad because of, you know, the tweets from Elon Musk and everything else, which is ridiculous, guys. So that should tell you something right now. A tweet from one person can move the market like this. What does that tell you? That should tell you that you're pretty early as far as the overall cryptocurrency market as a whole. If one person can move the market like that, then we are definitely early to this party. That is for sure, because once it's a $10 trillion market, a tweet from one person is not going to affect the markets like it has been. All right, so getting back to a daily here. So what I look for are these green dots or red dots on a daily to let us know exactly where we're at as far as on a longer term trade goes. So now if I wanted to just get in because, so let's look back here. I think it was it October last year? We got a green dot. That was the weekly. I think it was the weekly chart. Let's go back to the weekly here. Sorry, guys. Alright, that's because I'm looking at, let's look at the futures. Going back to October. Anyway, guys, what I wanted to just show you was there was a really bullish signal that was starting to come up before Elon Musk started all his crap. But now I really think, guys, we are at the bottom. We've seen the bottom. I believe there's some really, really strong support down here at the 42,000 level. I really doubt Bitcoin will break through that. If it does break through, it should briefly come back up. There's a lot of institutional buying going on. Rumor is that Walmart may have added some during the last quarter, and that they will announce that tomorrow during their earnings call. So I think it's tomorrow. Might be Wednesday. So that's something you got to look out for. So then I'll start to go back. So I was on a daily, so now I want to look at a 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, not looking too good. We got a blood diamond up here. That was, quite a few days ago. So, and as you can see, everything's had quite the pullback, and it just keeps it's bouncing off this level right here. Lots of support down here. Like I said, I kind of think we'll start to see it kind of trickle up this way. And I will back down to a 2-hour. 2 hours looking a little better than the 4-hour was. Okay, we're seeing our support right here. So now I will go into a 1 hour, see what the 1 hour is looking like. 1 hour is looking a little better. Looks like we're trending up, but really we're still kind of trading in this little box right here. So then I will come down to a 30-minute, see what the 30-minute's doing. 30-minute looks like it wants to break out and go up. So now I'll come and look at the 5-minute chart. And what the 5-minute is telling me is that we had a red diamond up here, and that we probably should have got out of this trade, but I'm still in it because I just overall believe that we're not going to come crashing down, and even if we do, we're not going to go down and hit my liquidation price. Like I said, I kind of think this is going to keep going up. But if this thing reverses and starts going down real fast, I will terminate this contract in a heartbeat. You have to, or just let it go to your stop loss if that's what you want to do. But if I start seeing things trending the other way, I'll get out pretty quick. I got a pretty quick trigger finger. I also like to lock in profits. I mean, guys, if you're in a trade and you're up 50%, that's my rule. If you're up 50% in a trade, the trade's only been on an hour, right? You close it. I don't care if that thing's still going up. You close it. You take that money. You take it off the table. That is your money. You bank that money. You can get back in the trade if you want, but usually if you get right in there, you're usually, catching a falling knife. So, when you get out of a trade, usually always wait for a pullback to get back in. Or, what I'll do is I like to keep a lot of powder dry on the sidelines. In other words, I like to keep, a bunch of cash. Well, not cash, but okay. So some USDT. I always have USDT available so that I can put on a trade. If this thing reverses and goes back down really quick, then, I'll have some USDT ready to go ahead and put on another trade to go long and close out the one that I was in to make up some of my losses on this one and to actually probably even, profit on that. So that's just a way to, if the thing goes south on you real quick, to get out of it and start, along at the bottom to make up some of your loss. But I don't like to close out losing trades, guys. This is, I would say 80% of my trades are winners. Usually, if they're in the red, they will go in the green at some point. You just got to wait for it. You just got to be patient. So, to get back to this 5-minute, guys. So, I use the Heikin Ashi candles here at TradingView. Now, the Heikin Ashi candles are, if you're trading, to look at a regular chart that's not Heikin Ashi candles, just a regular candle chart, how you trade that? It's like this. It's like, green, red, green, red, green, red. I mean, you'd be in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. These give you a better sense of the market direction, and this the tools here with Market Cypher, like I said, are the best in the business. They have all of this stuff already all pre-set up for you so that you can go ahead and read all of this much easier than trying to set all this up by yourself. So this little blue indicator here is suggesting that we've had a market reversal and we've broken through, and the ribbon has now went positive and went blue instead of being negative and gray. So that's what this means. This green dot right here means that it's time to go long. Means that, you know, the software has picked up a signal that there is a lot of buying sentiment and that a long is definitely a good move. And as you can see, when you got the green dot here, the market went up. Once you saw this red diamond right here, that's an indication that the market is about to go the other way. And of course, you got this red candle here. So if you would have got out, I mean, guys, if you would have got in, obviously you would have saw this and you would have probably got in right there. You would have saw this, you would have got in. So you got in at 43, say you got in at 43.2. You got out at, say, 44, we'll just say 44.7. That is a, let's see, 1.5%. If you're using 10x leverage, that's 15%. So you just got 15% on your money in it's 5 minutes here. So in about an hour, about a couple hours, you just got 15% on your money, and then it told you to get out. And then if you would have got in back down here, guys, it literally picks a bottom. It senses the bottom, right? It's not the bottom, but it's a bottom. And it kind of gives you a better sense of, okay, the bottom is near. Okay, which obviously gave you a green one here, gave you another green one here. So, you know, it's not like what this says goes. It's just, this is a very good tool. Like it said here, it gave you a green dot here and it just kept going down. Green dot here, it kept going down. This is just trying to, it's saying that, okay, a bottom has come in. So it sensed the bottom here because we went up. So it fired off this green dot. But this is the 5 minute. And guys, you can make a lot of money trading this 5 minute chart right here. Like, as you can see, this thing was in the red for most of the time. It's now flipped to green. We got a green dot right here. Market Cypher is saying, yeah, it's a pretty good time to get in, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. See, this just came up on this candle. It's not going to be confirmed until the next candle. So the next candle has to be formed, and if the green dot is still here, then it's time to take a long position in Bitcoin or whatever it is that you are looking at. Now, like I said, you know, I've traded SHIBA last week and I was killing it. You know, Polkadot, Matic, Cardano I was trading. You know, wherever the volatility is, that's where I like to go, because that's where a lot of the big moves are going to be happening. You know, my go-to is always Bitcoin and Ethereum, because there's always volatility with Bitcoin. You can always find volatility with Bitcoin. And the reason why I like trading Bitcoin and all other cryptocurrencies is because, you know, you can do it 24 hours a day. You know, there is no open market period. I mean, if you got a few hours, you know, like right now it's 9 o'clock in the evening. If you got a few hours at night, you know, you can sit there and trade this stuff at night. You don't have to sit there and wait for the market to open or anything like that. So to get back to this chart, so now what you want to look for down here on the bottom, guys, is you want to look for things like this. See these high peaks on the bottom and a lower peak here. So you look for these, and then it always usually fires at least a little bit here. This one isn't a very good example. But if we go on the 15 minute, you can see that here was a bigger mountain, smaller mountain, and it's just now firing. So here's a pretty good example of that. Bigger mountain, smaller mountain, now it's firing, and I think that this is just going to keep going higher and make this mountain even go higher, because it also works the other way, guys. If this comes down like this, then we've got a high mountain here, a low mountain here, and that suggests there's going to be a big dip, or at least a dip. You never really know how big they're going to be. But see, now on the 15 minute here, we got a green dot to go long. Also got a green dot here to go long, and we were going up, and then we dropped. So you always got to take this stuff with a grain of salt, but it really is the best tool out there to trade with, especially if you are looking at all of these different time frames and you're keeping all of that in mind. Like if we had, say, like a blood diamond on the daily, you know, then you're going to want to look to maybe go short, or maybe not even trade at all. I mean, guys, you don't have to trade, you know, and even if you do, make sure it's like a very small percentage of your portfolio, like maybe 5%. You don't want to trade with all of your portfolio, because what happens if you get wrecked? Then you got to start over. You don't want that, guys. What I like to do is I just trade with a very small part of my portfolio. If things are looking pretty bullish at the end of the night, I'll go ahead and buy all, you know, back into cryptocurrency, whatever, you know, Cardano. Lately, I've been loading up on Cardano, Polygon, Eternity, Ecomi. You know, those are the ones that I've been loading up on. So, and then in the morning, you know, you got to get your USDT back out of something. So whatever I pull it out of, let's say I got, you know, 30,000 Cardano, and I want to trade with some of that money. So I'll pull 5,000 Cardano out. Well, because I pulled that 5,000 out, I'm borrowing it from myself. So if I've got 30,000 Cardano and I pulled out 5,000 Cardano, I'm putting 6,000 Cardano back in as interest to myself for borrowing that. So that's just what I keep in mind when I am using that, okay, I pulled this out of here, so I am going to put that back. So that's just kind of how I do it. And then I always take my profits and I get back into other coins to diversify my portfolio. You know, you don't want to keep all of your coins, you don't want all of your money into one coin, Bitcoin or Ethereum. You need to spread that out. I mean, right now, Cardano, Polkadot. Polkadot's another one I've been loading up on. Card Starter, Polka Starter. Those are really good ones that you can add to diversify your portfolio. Those right now. So Solana, Polygon Matic, Polkadot, Card Starter, Cardano. Those are the ones in the next few months that are really going to be pumping hard because of all the adaption and everything that's going to be, especially Cardano, because, you know, I mean, Polygon's already out. You can already write smart contracts on that. You know, Polkadot, not out yet. Just coming out. It's out, but you can't really use it. So now you're going to be able to use that. Same thing with Cardano. That's why they are my most bullish, if you will, cryptocurrencies for the next few months going forward. So looking at this chart again, guys, sorry I keep going back and forth, but I'm just sort of keeping an eye on this over here and seeing what the charts are doing. You know, another thing I really like to look at is the 3 minute, because when you're looking at a 5 minute and you see something going on, and you're like, you know, like this dip down here on the 5 minute. Well, if you went to the 3 minute, you know, you can see that, okay, well, we got a red candle. Boy, this thing really jumped up. See, this is what I mean. See, that can happen real quick. I'm already up 10%. I want to see what this is going to do. I may close this out because this is such a big spike that we're definitely going to have a pullback. Yeah, see, we're pulling back a little bit already. We'll see how this goes. But we got our green dot back here. This is on the 3 minute, 5 minute. Got our green dot here. So if you would have got in here, yeah, you'd be doing pretty good right now. Of course, I was in the red for most of the time. And then we shot up, and now I'm in the green. We'll see where this goes here. 5 minute. Let's see what the 3 minutes doing. See, it shot up here, and now we had a pullback. But because it shot up like this, I kind of think we're going to revisit this area up here, if not go. Definitely up here to 45,000 for sure. Either that or it's manipulation. So this is FTX, and this is the futures. So when you're looking at futures, guys, you got to keep in mind that sometimes these centralized exchanges where a lot of these grids are on, they can manipulate this stuff. So if you're close to getting wrecked, that's why I have a 50% stop loss in place, because if you get close to getting wrecked, there's certain bots like this that you can set up to look for stuff like that, to look for people that are close to getting liquidated. And then it's a certain trading bot that seeks that out, and they go all in, and that's how they liquidate some people on these big spikes like this. But it can happen on the way down too. Like you get these crazy spikes. See how this is shaping up here. It's looking like a pretty good trade. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be pushing past 4,500 or 45,000. So I'm up 10% in 50 minutes. I've had this going for 50 minutes. I've also got some other ones going. I got this one going down here too. See, my liquidation price for both of them is right here. Looks like they're both doing pretty good right now. So I think once we get past 45,000 here, we'll see what happens, but it might have a little bit of a pullback, and that's when I'll look to close this stuff out and wait for the pullback and get back in, or just call it a night. I mean, right now I think I'm up $700 on these two trades. So I mean, that's a pretty good night, don't you think? You know, for some people that's, you know, more than you make in a day. So that's not bad for a couple hours at night. But you got to be careful. You know, you can get wrecked, and you know, you always got to know your trading environment that you're in. You know, like I had that rule that I won't short in a bull market. Well, I had to change my tune because of idiot boy Elon Musk. Somebody needs to take away his Twitter account. He's worse than the president. You know, you can take away President Trump's Twitter feed because he's toxic, they said, but Elon Musk, you won't take his away, and he cost people $500 billion got liquidated from the cryptocurrency markets just over the weekend because of that idiot. I mean, I'm sorry. I used to want a Cybertruck. I used to want a Tesla. Now, never. You'll never catch me own a Tesla anything. Yeah, so this did push over 45. Looks like it's trying to push a little higher, but as you can see, it's coming up against some resistance up here. Yeah, it's pulling back a little bit. I kind of see it pushing up past this, maybe coming up to the mid here, 45.50, then pushing down and using 45,000 as support. So that's what I'm going to look for. See all this green right here means there's a lot of buying going on. You know, when there's a lot of red right here, means, you know, kind of look at it as, you know, there's blood in the streets. You know, look to go long. You know, look for your signals to go long. You know, that's definitely, when I see this thick red like this, I'm waiting for a signal like this. You know, I'm waiting to go long, because look, I mean, look, if you would have got in right here, you're killing it right now. You're killing it. You're absolutely killing it. And believe me, some people did on a longer term trade. You know, I like to scalp the 5 minute, guys. If I know something's going to go on, you know, if I know over a long period of time that, yeah, okay, Bitcoin's definitely going to be here, you know, for sure, you know, this is going to happen because, you know, there's just, this is going to happen to drive the market up. Then I'll put on a longer term trade. But I like to sleep at night, so I don't like to leave a lot of money out there that can just get liquidated without me knowing. At least if something happens and I'm sitting here watching it, I can quickly hit this button right here. Terminate. And believe me, that terminate button is your friend. You always want to keep your little mouse on that terminate button, because you either want to take profits or you want to get out to stop the bleeding. But a lot of times, like I said, you just wait for it. And as long as you set the parameters up of this contract, you know, correctly, this bot, then you won't get wrecked. You'll always be able to close it out in the green as long as you wait for it. If you get anxious, sure, you can close it out in the red, but if you just have confidence in your trade, confidence in what this software is telling you, then you'll do pretty good in the long run. Will you have a losing trade? Of course you will. But using this software, you'll definitely have more winning trades than losers. That is a guarantee. They should put a guarantee on this, but they can't. I mean, if you really use this software and you really learn it, you guys can make some money. Like, I mean, it's crazy. But you got to be careful. You got to be really careful. All right, so I'm going to do another one of these videos tomorrow. Look for one of these videos every day, just to show you how I'm doing and how I do this. The next time I'll go ahead and get into a trade and I'll set this up, and I'll show you guys exactly how I set it up and why I'm setting it up the way I am, because of the environment or just whatever. So I'm going to keep these trades going, guys, at least for a few more hours. I'm not seeing any real bearish indicators. So like I said, I'm going to keep this stuff open. So again, guys, that's all I got today. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Look for my video series called Scalping the 5 minute. I definitely think that this can definitely help your portfolio. But definitely remember, guys, don't go all in on something like this. This is like, so, you know, you can look at this as gambling, but how can it be gambling if you have indicators like this? I mean, if you didn't have this software, it's gambling. But if you have stuff like this, how can it be gambling? This is like you're being told the answers, plain as day, if you learn how to read it. See, here's a bearish indicator right here, so I may look to want to close this stuff out, but we'll see. But again, guys, make sure you look for my video tomorrow. It's going to be scalping the 5-minute series, and I'll see you on the next one. Decentralize to survive.